Aloha. Namaste. Peace.
How have you been? I haven't. Oh my gosh, it's weird seeing your face on a screen.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm used to seeing you like
In
whenever.
person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool. So, guys, thank you guys for tapping in. So, you already know it's your girl Cindy D in this thing with the gang, and I have LaBee Sky, founder of at Yoga Room San Diego, who's going to give us a little more insight into tuning in with ourselves and some more things. I'm telling you guys, she helps me a lot. She may not consider herself a shaman, whatever y'all want to call it, but she's my holistic healing. Okay? So tell a little bit, everybody a little bit about you and what it is that you do and how long you've been doing it.
Okay. Well, hi, Ashley. Ashers. So, first off, I want to say um, I'm really proud of you.
Hey.
Yeah, because it's really exciting to see your vision come alive. Because remember, we were doing that vision board
Yeah, I still have it
till
here
like
sitting.
1 a.m. We was like cutting, pasting, making,
Right.
letters, hand, all that. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's growing. It's coming together. So I wanted to acknowledge that, and I'm really excited for your progress.
Thank you.
Yes. So my
Thanks,
name is
Big.
no worries. So my name is Labiba, Labiba Sky, and I'm a yoga teacher. Also a apprentice in herbalism. I've been studying herbalism since 2008, and I've also been a yoga practitioner for about 17 years.
As
I
a
live in
long,
southern the Midwest. Huh?
I say, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. And so what my current business is I do personal coaching. So I do help people through asking just empowering questions, affirmative prayer, and really listening. And then I use the yoga kind of as a gateway to get into those deeper conversations.
Right. Okay. So, what made you say you've been doing yoga for about 17 plus years? What made you want to start to get into doing yoga? So, what was that moment where you was like, you know what, I'm going to do this, stay disciplined with it, and then share it with the world?
Yeah. So I started yoga when I was in high school because I had a curvature in my lower back, and I went to a chiropractor, and it was diagnosed there. And then I was told that I would always have to have like this consistent care. Well, I would always have to be going to a chiropractor. And even at that age, I was probably like 17 or 18. And I was just like, I'm not feeling that. Like, I'm not really interested in having to depend on somebody to like be for my body's wellness. So I got a VHS yoga tape, and I just started doing yoga from there. And then that went from like yoga at the Y, and then yoga in yoga studios. And if anybody knows what's up on the Sagittarius, we are like always doing a lot of things. And yoga is the only thing that I've been able to like really have discipline and stick to. So that's how I got into yoga.
I mean, you said VHS. I would love to see the yoga on the VHS tape. Y'all remember VHS tapes? Time.
Rodney, yoga basics. I got it, girl. Like I think I still have that VHS actually.
Oh my God! If you gotta find it, so we can
I
we gotta
I
see how so much has changed
I
from
can
then
I
to.
do have it. I can at my mom's house. I'm at my mom's house right now, so I'm gonna go grab that VHS. Hold up.
Oh my God, y'all remember V? If y'all remember VHS, you too young. Wait a minute.
Bloom, Ashley.
Wow.
So yeah, so I
I wish
did
we.
this. I'm not kidding. I
I
did
feel
this yoga tape like 17 years ago. No joke.
you try doing it again to see,
I
like, you know,
haven't. I
you should
haven't, but I will.
you should try that. Be like, huh, back to day one. Let's see how I got this down pat so far. So with you been doing yoga for so long and now with you being an instructor, you know, what could you say was, you know, one of the most important things you've learned out of your yoga journey and doing this? Because, you know, a lot of people want to try yoga, but they don't realize, you know, yoga takes time to get to, you know, you see other people doing it so well, and, you know, and they've been, you know, like you say, you've been doing it for 17 years. It takes time. So what could you say have been one of the most important things you've learned, and how, you know, others could, you know, get themselves into wanting to do that more?
The one of the most important things I've learned with yoga is that um, it's always different. It's always allows me to change, and it always lets me know where I am, like in my life. Um, and it really does keep me sane. Like I have to do, at this point, it's like I have to do yoga. You know, some people have to have coffee. Like I have to do yoga, otherwise I'm a crazy person.
Right.
so, so for
And
someone who, mhm.
no, go ahead.
For someone who's just like trying to like get into it, especially people in the brown and black communities, that's one of the reasons why I became a yoga teacher, because I wasn't seeing myself in yoga classes. Not until recently, there's been like a real wave of more black yoga teachers, but there's been countless times along my journey that I was the only black person in a yoga class for years and years and years.
No, real.
For real, years and years and years. I was the only black person in the class. And so that when I moved to LA, that's when I decided, you know, I want to become a yoga teacher. But for someone who's thinking and considering yoga, there's so many different places to start. It's really just a matter of showing up for yourself. So the biggest thing I think, other than I need it to keep sane, it's just you have to keep showing up for yourself. And that means going to the classes. There's so many good beginner classes. I still take beginner classes. Um, and don't try to be perfect, you know, because right now in the yoga community, it's all acrobatic. Like I can do handstands and all that stuff, which is
Yeah,
great,
definitely.
you know, because it looks good, you know, and people want to see that athleticism. But the most challenging postures are the ones that can really just be, you know, laying on your back in stillness and, you know, forcing, like, allowing yourself to not move and just be with yourself. So it's really the subtleties in the practice, not the
Yeah.
athleticism. Hmm.
Yeah, because I would say, you know, when, like you said, when I've definitely tried yoga, I've taken yoga classes, and even it, like, you really, when you look around, it's like you feel out of place because, you know, you're not, you know, you're the only brown person there or black person there, and you're just like, it makes you feel like you don't fit in sometimes when you are the only person of your kind in a different situation. And you know, so with doing, and you do learn that it's definitely good for physical, because you definitely see a lot of athletes that are getting more into yoga, especially hot yoga, when you are an extraneous athlete. But could you elaborate more on, because I know a lot of people, they are more on just, you know, the physical aspects of yoga, but you could definitely elaborate more that it's more than just physical. Definitely
Yes,
talk about how, you know, when you do get into yoga, it really is a serious thing, and you do have to get in tune with yourself. So could you elaborate more on the spiritual
absolutely. So
side of yoga?
yoga is a spiritual practice. And so if you go to India and you ask an 80-year-old woman, a 16-year-old boy, or 40-year-old man, and they ask you, do they do yoga? They'll say yes, because yoga is meditation. It's a set of different philosophies that help you to connect with your higher self and with God. So yoga, the meaning of yoga is union and one and yoke. And so when you create that union between source and yourself, there's oneness. And so the point of yoga is there's no separation. We are one. So the physical part of yoga is to really just get your body and get your mind kind of out of your mind. So if you're not in your mind, right, and your ego thinking, you just focus on your breath and your movement, then for that moment, you're like in the moment. And so with continued practice, the whole point is take that presence in everything that you do. So that's why the yoga asana is really important because that's where you start. It's like, okay, let me just like focus on my body. And then eventually that evolves into, more spiritual teachings and more awareness, right? Because it's all about being aware, like, who am I in
Right.
this physical space, right? What am I
Exactly.
saying?
Right.
Who am I
So
being? Yeah.
what is the I guess, for you when it comes to teaching, what is your most, I don't want to say favorite, but what's the one important thing that you like to incorporate in your yoga teachings or in your sessions that set you different from everyone else? Because not everyone teaches the same, as we all know. Everyone teaches differently. So, what can set you apart from other?
Well, I mean, I would ask you that question because I think we've done some yoga together. And what was your experience for me as a teacher?
Okay, well, guys, I've done yoga before. No, what makes it different is, it's different when you know someone. So they, especially when it's one on one, they can definitely help you get more in tune and show you more precise on how to do things because it's very precise. And one thing I can say is hard for me is the breathing in between the poses because I be getting out of breath
Mhm.
sometimes when you like all wrapped up and stuff. Like, how am I supposed to breathe like this? But I can say learning to breathe because I guess a lot of people don't think about breathing. They don't
Right.
think about how to breathe. Like there are certain ways because you're just like, I'm breathing right now. Like, no, there are certain how, ways.
So most people are shallow breathing on a daily basis, and it's really surface breath. But when you're like deep breathing, like a deep, full inhale and exhale, that's you being really mindful of your breathing, and then you're able to control your breath. But to answer your question, what makes me different than, or my style of yoga teaching, I would say, is, for example, when you go through your yoga teacher training, you learn how to like create a sequence for a class. Um, what I do is I just like vibe it out. Like you have to be vibing it out. Like just because I want to do something that I planned, if I walk into a room and the energy is like they aren't going to be able to do that, then I need to be able to adjust. So my teaching style, and I think a really great yoga teacher is one who can just feel what's needed and give that to the student. Don't do what you think you want to do
Yeah.
for the
And I
student.
feel like you're more hands on. You definitely, you correct postures. You definitely,
Yeah.
help people do it correctly instead of just watching them
Yeah,
and
like
making them learn on their
right.
on their
Well,
own.
because you know what it is because like I'm a yoga teacher. You feel me? So like I'm going to teach you how to do it instead of like a yoga instructor is just showing you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really
Right.
the difference in like
Mhm.
style or approach. Because I really care if you do it correctly because one, we don't want you to have injuries, and two,
Exactly.
um, I want you to like feel empowered to move your body and like to grow and feel strong. And that happens when you have like correct teaching instruction. So
Right. So with the things that you have with Yoga Room San Diego, so tell everybody some of the yoga sessions that you offer within your Yoga Room San Diego, how your instruction. So what are some of the sessions that you implement with your teaching?
sure. So my business is focused on small group private lessons. So there's no more than four people period, or you can do one-on-ones. So that is one going to give you like a private lesson with like three other people. In terms of cost, that's going to save you money because if you did a one-on-one, just even if you did personal training, it gets expensive, right? So
Right.
I offer really a one-on-one experience in a small group. Um, and some of the classes that I offer are beginning basic classes. One of the classes that I focus on directly to women is called a womb recovery class, and that really focuses on 25 movements, the exact same from the teachings of Queen Afua. She is a master herbalist, and that incorporates Kemetic yoga and womb focused movement. So we are talking about everything is like womb and yoni breathing and visualization and like removing trauma. And if you're feeling stuck, you know what I'm saying? If you want to manifest and visualize, that's all in the womb space. So that's a big class based on femininity and the divine feminine. Um, and that's my jam anyway. Really, I love
Yeah.
like empowering women. And then there's like a strength building class, a conditioning class, just so you can have ways to feel strong in your body that will help you if you want to do those handstands and like back bends and all that stuff. But
Okay, so
most of the
I elaborate more into the womb session. So there are 25 different moves that are exactly the same. And, and she's saying it removes like the trauma. I guess when you think of trauma in medical terms, anything that has done harm on your body or trauma is any kind of harm that has been done to you, whether it's mental trauma or physical trauma. And when you think of trauma for the womb, it's more, for me, it's more than just pregnancy because I do have a child. So you have a lot of women who, they carry child. That is a form of trauma. A lot of people don't understand because, like, yes, it's a gift, but you have to realize you have a part of your body that's expanding, and now all of a sudden once you have your baby it's going back down. Then you have, not only do you have that, you have complications, you have, so definitely tell us more about the womb session and how those 25 exact moves are, could help, are helping us better in a way.
well, when we well, first off, when we think about just the womb and the divine feminine, that is our center of creation. And that's where, if it is in any type of disease, if it's unhealthy, if it's unwell, that's going to have an impact on our physical life. Okay. So when I talk about releasing traumas, that could be a breakup, right? You were with a sexual partner and you want to clear that energy. That could be, traumas around abortions, right? Because it's something that's taboo. Sometimes they are mindful choices and sometimes they're forced depending on your community and your family. Also, like you were mentioning pregnancy, every woman doesn't have this glorious birthing experience, right? I know women personally who were, put into surgery and it was just very traumatic experience and they weren't ready for it, right?
Right.
So so all of those things energetically, the body holds information, right? Because the skin is the largest organ on our bodies. So even in yoga asana, whenever we do hip releases, the hips are where emotions live in the body, right? The lungs is where grief lives in the body. So when you know how to identify those things, then you can know how to move it out of the body and clear space for new things and call in new things and more positive things. So yeah, so in the work, it's really delicious because you really do focus on that womb space. You visualize through color, through affirmations, like, my room is the center of all creation. I open myself up to abundance and prosperity. Like affirm that and plant that into your body so you can birth those things, right? So
Right.
that's what
So
that is
is
about.
it important that, because I know you said there are 25 moves and they have to be done it. Now why is it important that those moves be done the exact same way? Like, do they have to be done in the exact same order, or just those? Is there
It's
like a
Yeah, well, it's important because in if there's a style of yoga, traditional yoga called Ashtanga, and in that style of yoga, that tradition, it's called a primary series, and it's the exact same series every single time. And the reason for that is discipline. So you're going to be disciplining yourself to be in those exact same moves. And also like choreography, once you know the move, you can like really be in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to think about the next step. And so then that way it allows you to be in a more meditative space. So then that will allow you to be out of this kind of like human ego shit. And then you can like transcend, manifest, it's the juicy stuff because you're like elevating yourself in a state of meditation. So to do it in the exact same way and to affirm those things in the exact same way just makes it more potent.
right? And then I see you just got done with a fast. How was that?
Delicious. It was so good.
Girl, I could.
So,
Girl, I don't know how you did it. Now I could the no water thing, but not. Girl, she did a dry fast where she didn't shower either. I don't know if I still got to go to work. I can't go to work, funky.
well, I would say this. Don't go to work funky. That's definitely one. And two, if you are going to do a dry fast, like I couldn't imagine doing a dry fast and having to go to work and being in traffic. Like,
Right.
no, the amount of energy that's like, it's really like even talking was kind of too much energy. And I was with my mom and
Oh
my
wow.
sister, and my mom was like, I looked a little like high because I was really just like zoned in, like it was a little trancy.
Yeah.
So it was a very good experience. The whole
How
point of
was
the
your first
mhm.
drink of water after that? Because you
Well,
didn't
first,
shower. You had no water or anything,
no,
like not even the water from shower that was soaked into your skin. So how was it with that first shower or drink of water? Were you
well,
like,
the first drink of water was first of all, I went crazy. Let me just say this because I was like, I opened up the water so fast and I drank it so fast that it hurt my stomach. I was like, oh,
that's because
like
you drank it too
because it was, yes. And so, like, okay, just anybody who's doing this, don't do that. Like, take a sip every couple of hours. And then on the third hour, then you can, like, really drink because your stomach has shrank.
fast.
Like, you just kind of put your body in shock. And so that's what
Yeah.
happened. Um, I drank it too fast and I had
Was
to
it
sit
cold?
down. Huh?
Was it cold?
It
Like
was
fresh?
no, it was room temperature spring water, but I was like, oh, like it was
Oh
hurting. I had
wow.
to, so but then after that, like I had food and everything, and it was cool. But then a couple days later, because your body's like starved from sodium, anything that was like salty, like immediately gave me a headache. And I was like, I forgot that it's like you had to be really careful with like everything you were eating.
Yeah.
But it was great. I would definitely do it again.
Drinking detox. It was just like nothing.
What?
Just I say you did like an extreme detox. I
Yeah.
would say that's extreme because I don't know about the not showering thing. That I would have to build myself up for that.
Well,
That's
the showering thing. I mean, but for real though, like, I mean, other than you, if you're in quarantine, like most people, I
oh
don't know if this is true, but
yeah.
if most people are probably
But
showering like
like
every couple of
if
days.
I wasn't going to like not be able to drink water, I at least want to feel it. Like just want to lay there. Like I need it. Like I was so like I would try to cry just to get the couple of tears, just to get my right. Like and it
You
coming out
silly.
yet.
You
Like
silly. Like
I was so drained. Like I
it
committed
was draining.
because
Yeah,
that's a
I did sleep a lot, but it was worth it. It's good to do. Because the whole
that
point is so like the whole point of the dry fast is so you can regenerate your cells.
yeah. So did you feel like internally, did you feel like your cells working at work, or did it feel like, did you feel yourself, not necessarily like your cells working, but I definitely, you probably could feel that dehydration because your body does go into a dehydration
Yeah,
stage.
absolutely. That's a good question. I did feel myself. Like, for example, a lot of my senses were heightened. So I was able to hear a lot clearer. I was able to like feel things differently. Like I could feel the tingling and I could feel like tingling in my fingers and my legs. And then I could really hear and feel my heartbeat. And like day 3, because you're really in starvation at that point, my heart was beating with more vigor because it was like trying to pump oxygen like through my body.
Right.
And so I could feel that. So I would just lay down and just like listen to my heartbeat. And it was
Yeah.
magnificent because, your heart is a muscle. And I'm like
Hmm.
really like hearing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Did it
Um,
make it harder for you to do your yoga when you were during that fast? Like, did it make it, more
so I did
difficult
not,
or anything?
yeah, I didn't do any physical activity at all. I stretched a little bit, but you're so lethargic and low energy that if I were to do anything really physical, I think I'd probably like pass out or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't do any yoga. But I did meditate twice a day. So meditation that I do is Vedic meditation, and that's transcendental meditation, 20 minutes twice a day. And I do that anyway, but that was really important to do because it keeps the stress in your body levels down.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
so
I know that doing that would definitely spark your stress levels up, because your brain, or your body's going to tell you like, feed me,
right.
I need something, because like scientifically, I think your body itself, they say, can go without food or water up to 40 days.
Wow.
No, that's how long Jesus fasted. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, but I don't think he ate or drunk anything. I don't think, I don't know if it says in the Bible if he drunk anything, but I believe that's, main reasons why, like, it's really up to 40 days, and that's without any water or food, no showering, no anything. So I think it's at the most up to 40 days before your body literally is like, okay, you tripping, we need a cracker or something. Like, seriously,
A date, yeah.
something. I wouldn't, now guys, do not go 40 days without drinking no water or showering or nothing. We're not telling you to go 40 days. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drink water right now.
We're
So,
not telling you, Jesus is, right? As you drink some
the
water.
Lord, it's not us, it's the Lord.
But he's a supernatural being, so
Yeah.
you
So,
know.
let's see how much time we got left, because IG likes to, I say it all the time, IG likes to hate and cut us off a little early sometimes. So if you could, I guess, well, it's, speaking of vision boards, since we're talking about my vision board and how things are coming out, how has your vision board came to life for you?
I mean, honestly, I don't know because my vision board's in California.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna be
Do you
because
remember
right
what
now,
was
I mean, okay, so I had like, okay, health and wellness was like be more
going
healthy.
on?
I'm doing that, um, save my little nuggets or save money. So I mean, I guess I don't know. I have to see my board. Um, I kind of feel right now that I'm so open to so much possibility and I'm really in a
Mm-hmm.
full surrender experience, especially like having time to just like process things in this like quarantine experience, that I feel that whatever's on my board is not even as dope as what's coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
know. When I get back, I'll have to look at it. But
Well, because I can say personally for me, during this time, it has helped me. Because I still have to go to work, but definitely with the things that I wouldn't normally be doing if I were off, like, we would probably for a walk somewhere or go hang out or do something, other than just be having time in the house has definitely helped me definitely look at my board every day. And now I feel like, okay, I have the time. I need to go through these things on my board and see, definitely start putting some action to what I want my vision to be.
hmm.
So I have this going, which I'm grateful for. And now I started working out again. I have a trainer that I work out with 3 to 4 times a week. So I'm getting back into my health. I don't eat meat anymore. I've definitely stopped doing that again. So guys, pray for me for the dairy because I'm going slowly this time. I'm still eating cheese. I don't drink regular milk, but I still eat cheese on my tacos. I had veggie
Cheese
tacos yesterday for
cheese
Cinco
is
de
a hard
Mayo, and
thing because it's just so good. It's just salty and delicious. So baby steps.
it's it's the cheese, man. Cheese is the hardest thing that I try to get, but I got some plant based cheese that I've tried before and that I like. So, and it is. I'm not gonna say, and it's actually not as hard due to this whole pandemic because now I'm suspect of everything. Very
Hmm.
suspect, don't want to eat out nowhere, even if it is plant based, because you never know. Sometimes they could be lying saying it's plant based and it might not be.
Hmm.
So
But
this
that's
time is
what.
actually making it a little bit easier.
Hmm. And that's why it goes back to like going back to our conversation about just like womb health, body health, yoga, spirituality is, ultimately we need to just listen to what our body is asking for. And a lot of times people have a lot of judgment around like veganism and like plant-based this and this like ego. Meanwhile, if my body is asking me for cheese, I'm gonna have that. I'm not gonna go ham and go crazy, but I'm gonna have that. Or you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm like, okay, I really feel like I need warm tea right now or whatever. Like eat if you become in tune with your body, it's gonna tell you what it needs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is by being like exercising, feeling, breathing, asking what I need right now. Sometimes you want to fast, sometimes you're going to have one meal a day, sometimes you want to have pizza. Like,
And I say that lately, I haven't had much of an appetite, and I don't
mhm,
know, and because part of me has always told myself, like, if I don't eat, because there have been times where if I don't eat, then I'll get a headache, like, that's
mhm,
telling me to eat. But like lately, I have been low key, like I'll eat like one meal a day just so I could get something on my stomach. Because lately I haven't been hungry. And what my trainer has been telling me, he said, it's okay that you don't feel hungry, and it's okay to fast for the day or the next 2 days because your body is going to use what you have to keep it fueling or to keep it going or to keep itself full. Because like, don't make yourself eat if you're not hungry, because then your body is just not hungry. Like, it doesn't need
exactly.
any food right now, or it doesn't need whatever. Because there are times where I'm just like, I don't know what to eat, but I'm not hungry right now. Like, I just want to eat because my body has
Yeah,
to eat.
but that's really important that you're saying that because that goes into like a deeper conversation about programming, and
Mm-hmm.
we're trained to eat these 3 meals a day. But like, who told us that? Like who created that system of like eat at noon and eat at 6, all that stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is scientific in terms of like, don't eat past a certain hour for digestive purposes, but
Yeah.
why are we feeling guilty if we're not eating?
Yeah.
It's strange. It's like a strange thought if you really think about it, especially if you don't feel hungry. Um,
Yeah. Because I used to get worried because there used to be times where if I didn't eat, I would get a headache. So now if I used to I had programmed myself like if I don't eat, I'm gonna get this headache. But now it's just like right now I haven't had any breakfast. I haven't had like all I've had was this water. But like I'm not hungry. I don't have a desire to really eat it because like if I go find something to eat now, then I'm just eating just so I can just make sure I eat for the day, and then that's it. But like, I don't want to force myself to eat
yeah.
anything if I'm not hungry.
So like a good exercise to do in that case would just like going back to the breathing is to take pause. Like just even now you could just like close your eyes and breathe in deeply and just ask, what do I need right now? And that's just it. It's so simple. And maybe that's just a couple of strawberries or just a water or nothing. It ain't that serious.
Right. For nothing. Like, cause I'm supposed, and now that I'm working out again, I would always get like fearful because I'm just like, oh, I'm working out, so I need to fuel
Mm-hmm.
my before I work out or like do this so I won't get sick. And my trainer is like, no, you won't get sick. Don't have your mind or you trick yourself into believing or things out there that you will get sick if you don't eat. If you don't eat before you work out or if you do, like, no, listen. He says the same thing you do. He's like, listen to your body. If you're not hungry, you're not hungry. It's okay for you to fast. He said maybe by like if you go 2 days without eating, maybe by day three, then eat something to to get because then your body will start to have that feeling like okay, maybe it's time to like have some fruit or eat
Right.
something. But like, he's like if you're not hungry, do not eat. Don't make yourself eat. Don't trick yourself into think you're needing to eat right now. He's like if you're not hungry, then listen to your body. Your body will let you know when it's time to put something in it if you're hungry.
Right.
So
And I
that's
love
why
that. That
the trainer I have now because
Yeah.
he's
Well,
very
that's beautiful that
knowledgeable.
he's saying that because that what he's telling you as a trainer is very similar to what we teach in yoga. It's beginner, advanced, intermediate. Always listen to the subtleties of your body, right? Like that's how you check in with yourself. So that's really good advice that he's
Yeah.
giving to you. Plus, it's also
So
it's yeah. Go ahead.
no,
Yeah.
no, you're good. So
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
are other business ventures that I know you're just kind of going with the flow, but what are some things that you may aspire to want to do in the future? Some other business ventures that you have going on that you have planned or something?
Well, currently, I am working on a creative collaboration for art-based curriculum for homeschooling. So, my degree is in photography and art. So that's a project that I'm currently working on, and that feels really exciting because it's offering art in a way that's going to lead to self-awareness. And especially kids right now, they're probably experiencing a lot of different things with the pandemic and the world we live in. So that's what I'm working on right now, like how to have art accessible to anybody, especially at home, homeschool, and for children to learn how to be expressive, new creative artists. So that's happening right now. Big vision is I would love to have just a beautiful healing house and a healing space where, people can come for sacred ceremony. People can come to have really immersive growth work and learn more about diving deep into themselves to feel empowered to be at their highest potential in life. That is a big vision for me. A beautiful sanctuary that I can house people and work with people one on one.
Yeah, that is amazing. So, are there any last minute things you would like to tell everyone about? Definitely go follow her at LaBee Sky at Yoga Room San Diego. She has some great content that she puts there every day to encourage people. So, is there any other last minute things you would like to let people know out there, especially during this time?
Well, if you are in San Diego, after we're released from our homes, which personally I'm okay with it. I'm down to be
Yeah.
at home. Then yeah, hit me up and we can do one-on-one sessions and kind of see where you are with one-on-ones. And I am doing that in San Diego, California. Um, last minute words. Mm,
Encouragement,
I guess
anything you want to put out there.
a lot of this conversation has been centered around breathing and listening to our bodies. And so, as an offering, I wanted to give everybody a chance to just, wherever you are in your day at any point, if you literally just stop and just remind yourself to take pause. And even if you just remember that one thing, just like, let me take pause right now and let me breathe and just check in, like, and ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And keep it super simple. That's it. And that's how we're going to get through every single day, is being that simple and that mindful and taking little pauses and just saying, hey, what is needed here? What do I need? And that's it.
Well, thank you. We definitely enjoyed having you on here. I appreciate you being on here and doing this. Guys, if you missed this video, don't worry. It will be on my YouTube channel. There will be a recap coming out. I will let you guys know when that comes out. Follow me, pretty_Cindy, @_underrated TV. The link to my YouTube channel is in the bio. So you guys can rewatch this and definitely write down any good information that you got from this. So I miss you. Can't wait for you to come back. So shenanigans.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Jack, I'm going to be quiet on our late night shenanigans.
Y'all, Jack in the Box be lit at night, okay?
That's really recap. Like, Ashley. Oh, I miss
So maybe we'll
you.
record one day. One day.
I
We'll see.
I miss you. I'll be back for sure.
Okay.
But in
Well,
the
you
meantime, everybody, aloha, peace, namaste.
have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.